G'day, your favourite dictator here. Today, foreign land ownership. When I'm dictator, foreigners will no longer be able to own Australian land. The principle? Australian land is finite. It underpins housing security, food production, infrastructure, and national stability. Citizenship carries long-term obligations to the country. Freehold land ownership carries long-term control over the country. These two should be aligned. Citizenship freehold. From the commencement of this reform, only Australian citizenships may acquire freehold title to Australian land. Non-citizens may not newly purchase or otherwise obtain freehold land. That means they can't own it. This aligns with permanent political membership with permanent territorial control. We don't want to be selling off and giving our land away to everyone else. Australian land should be primarily for the benefit of Australians. Compassion and family safeguards. Where a non-citizen spouse inherits a primary residence after the death of a citizen partner, ownership may be retained, where the property is their established home. Anti-avoidance safeguards prevent misuse. So if you've been married to someone for 6 months, or it's large-scale land transfer, say farms, large swaths of lands that are completely unrealistic for normal residency, may not be able to hold those ones. This is to ensure family security during tragedy, but not making loopholes. Existing homeowners. No citizens who lawfully own or reside in a property now will lose the property that they've already bought. If they live there, if it's their primary home, they can stay. If they want to sell that and buy another one that's similar, not completely unreasonable, no farm, no giant swaths of land, that's fine too. We don't want to punish people who have already bought a house. We want to make sure they're able to keep a bit of mobility. We don't want some family with a 6-bedroom home getting old going, well, we'd really like to downsize, but we can't. So for the term of the owner's life, they will have essentially a singular residential piece of land credit that they can transfer to a different piece of land. However, they will be able to own apartments in 20-plus story buildings. They can be purchased by citizens, permanent residents. However, not more than 49% of any building by voting rights or floor space may be owned by non-citizens. This ensures mixed communities and prevents full foreign control of vertical developments. Anti-proxy safeguards. To prevent circumvention through dependent minors, an Australian citizen must have lived in Australia for at least 18 years before acquiring freehold land. We don't want people coming here, having children, not being able to buy a property with land, deciding, okay, let's have 6 children so we can buy 6. Let's have six children so we can buy 6 pieces of property. It won't work. Anti-concentration reform. Land concentration also destabilizes housing. A progressive, exponentially scaling holding rate will apply to secondary properties, third properties, all additional properties beyond a primary residence. There is no ownership cap. So if you own one property, we want to keep your fees as low as possible. This is your home. If you own a second property, rates may be a bit higher. A third one, higher still. Fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. It's not going to be an investment property. If you're super rich and you want to have a property in each capital, that's great. But you will be contributing back into the economy heavily for owning so many properties. But if you've got the money, go ahead. You'll be contributing. What else will this do? By deterring people with a lot of money from investing into land, it will lower competition and lower prices, while encouraging people to invest capital into more productive means, like business investments, enterprise, innovation, rather than hoarding land, hoping that the values will keep going up and they'll be able to beat the market. This will also prevent the possible future effect of the bubble popping and everyone being decimated. Why this reform exists? Australia faces housing instability, rental stress, rising inequality, asset concentration. In a period of structural housing shortage, land must serve habitation first. This reform aligns land ownership with citizenship, protects family security, prevents structural loopholes, discourages excessive accumulation, and preserves high-density development pathways. Really, land is not a speculative investment strategy. It's the physical foundation of our nation. I can't speak today. Freehold ownership carries over sovereign significance. Australian land will be held by Australians. Growth will be structured. Housing will be stabilised. Sovereignty will be preserved. Australian land for Australians.